Look at that hair.
You're so cute.
No, look at the hair. We've been asked multiple times, is it David on the spectrum with Braley? The score in 3, 2. What do you think of that?
I think it looks very similar to last year's, but with longer hair, but it's so good.
You like your picture?
Picture.
Best school photo ever. Stacy's doing it. She's taking the plunge. She's taking the plunge into getting some hair chopped off.
No, a chop is drastic. I'm just getting a dang trim. Get out of here. Because it's overdue, and my hairstylist leaves on maternity leave.
Okay.
Until March. So,
yeah.
Now or never.
Yeah. That's...
You're so dramatic.
Oh, wow. I'm a pretty dramatic person. On Mondays. It's not
Any
even
day.
Monday.
Exactly. Any day.
Dropped off Stacy for her haircut. And just to see what she goes with today. I guess she's not... Usually she does like the whole doing coloring and styling and stuff. Today she's just getting that haircut done. She's definitely went through her hair colors. Thanks to my sister-in-law back in Colorado being a hairstylist. Stacy got some pretty awesome hair colors back in the day. I guess not too long ago she did the orange, red. She's done red, orange. She's done blue, purple, pink. She's done all the colors. But she is not doing a different color today. Oh, she might be. Maybe it's a surprise. I don't know. Wow, what a start to a day, huh? I have not been sleeping well, let me tell you. I'm always talking about how Braley's not sleeping well. We're always strategizing to help her sleep better, getting the right medications to help her sleep better. I tend to forget that I, myself, have sleep issues. That's something I don't even talk about with you. Mine come from working overnights for years. Ever since I got away from working overnights, trying to sleep at night is so stressful. And it doesn't work. No matter how many times I get myself to actually fall asleep at a decent hour at night, the next night's gonna be worse. And in the mornings, I am so exhausted. Like my body is so used to being asleep especially during morning, like up until early afternoon. Going to sleep at night is like one of the biggest challenges I have. I've talked to my doctor about it. I've gotten medications for it, but we're still struggling with it. My bedtime, like when I actually am able to fall asleep, it's been anywhere from 2 to 4 a.m. I'm waking up at 8 and trying to get myself to stay awake at that point, because that's when we take Braley to school. Trying to force my body into getting tired enough to fall asleep earlier. Problem is, once I get to the nighttime hours, I'm like wide awake. My brain's ready to go. I don't know what's going on. I just know it's something I'm working on right now, is getting getting my sleep schedule. I need to get my sleep schedule back in order. It's not only going to benefit me now, it's going to help with whatever job I have in the future. Still haven't found anything, but working on it anyways. Car talk. We don't need car talk right now. Let's move on.
Hello. Did you get your cards?
Look at that hair.
You're so cute.
No, look at the hair.
Yeah.
You even got some curlies in there.
Yeah, she washed it, and then that's funny. They're playing Paramore inside too. It's a Paramore playlist inside.
That's good. Good.
Yeah.
Good
choice.
music. But yeah, smells good too.
Yeah, their shampoo and stuff is so nice.
Looks good, smells good.
Yep.
Too bad she's going on maternity leave, so you won't see her for half a year.
Well, We were saying, she was like, I have this shampoo that you can try if you ever want to just come pick it up here my last few weeks. Or, you know, we can meet up.
Well, there you go. All right. Here comes a David situation trying to turn a hobby into at least a small income. For those of you who don't know, I'm really into sports cards. I don't know if it's a problem or a good thing, but it's definitely a hobby that I have. Collecting sports cards. Yeah, I got these cards, but the plan is not for me. The plan is not for me. I'm gonna attempt something called breaking sports cards. We'll see how that goes. That kind of reminds me though, like all these things that I do, and we've been asked multiple times, is it David on the spectrum with Braille? We don't know. I don't think I'll ever get tested. But for some insight, let's go through a self-internet test together and see what happens. How about that? Let's do that today. This is not meant to diagnose. It's not meant to do anything other than give a little bit of idea or insight to how my brain works. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. This is going to be really interesting because you are going to learn a lot about me, I feel like, from this test. And as I talk through the questions and stuff. So if you want to learn more about this guy, this is a great video to watch, I guess. Again, there's a disclaimer with this one. This test even says it on the website. This test is not for diagnosing. This is not diagnosing anybody. This just gives you an idea if you should go talk to your doctor or not type thing. I just did a simple search, adult or autism test for adults on the internet, and this seems like the most legit one I could find. Let's get started. For each statement below, choose one that represents or best describes how strongly that statement applies to you. Easy peasy. I prefer to do things with others rather than on my own. That's a tough one. I'm going to definitely disagree because I would rather do things on my own. That's just who I am. For those of you that have watched our channel for a while, you know that I am an introvert. I can talk so much better to a camera than an actual person. I prefer to do the same things over and over again. That's a definitely agree. That's how you master skills. If I try to imagine something, I find it very easy to create a picture in my mind. I agree because, yes, I'm also a visual learner. And when I do get myself to read, the way I retain the information is picturing what I'm reading in my mind. I frequently get so strongly absorbed in one thing that I lose sight of other things. Today was kind of an example of that. I've been stuck with this whole card break thing here. Like, this has literally been on my mind all day, and I got nothing else done. I often notice small sounds when others do not. I'm going to slightly agree to that. Stacy can attest to that one for sure. I usually notice card number plates or similar strings of information. I'm a stats person. So strings of information, stats, I am always in stats. I love the stats part of sports. That's like the underlying factor of why I just enjoy sports so much. And sports cards so much because sports cards, guess what? They have stats on them, and I love looking at those. I know, you're learning a lot about me today that you probably never knew, because why am I going to talk about sports cards on our channel? It doesn't make sense. You're going to learn more about me today than you've ever learned before. Other people frequently tell me that what I've said is impolite, even though I think it is polite. That one I am going to actually disagree with, because I do feel like I have the sense of what is polite and what is not polite. With these questionnaires, the best way to do them is completely 100% honest with yourself. When I'm reading a story, I can easily imagine what the characters might look like. Yes, that's the only way I read. Like, if I'm reading and I don't do that, I'm really going to get lost in the reading. I'm fascinated by dates. Not really. I'm going to disagree with that one. In a social group, I can easily keep track of several people's conversations. No. I find social situations easy. That I'm going to definitely disagree with. Social situations gives me a lot of anxiety. I tend to notice details that others do not. Yes. I would rather go to a library than a party. Oof, that's a tough one. I don't like books, so you will not find me at a library. Parties are okay, but I'm not a party person. Since I just don't like books at all, and you won't find me at a library, I'm going to slightly disagree. Slightly more likely be at a party. Okay. I find making up stories is easy. Yes, I like making stories. I am a storyteller. I find myself drawn more strongly to people than things. Disagree. You might be surprised that I say that, considering that what we do here on YouTube is all about connecting with people. If you've ever met me in public, you know. You definitely know that I am extremely awkward in public. I tend to have very strong interests, which I get upset about if I can't pursue. Yes. If I could, like, card collecting. I've been pursuing card collecting for a while, and the thought of not doing it. Making YouTube videos. Very strong interest. It does upset me thinking about not making them anymore. I enjoy social chit-chat. No. I'll do it, but that doesn't mean I enjoy it. I don't want to say that I don't enjoy making these videos and interacting with you here. This is like my comfort space, is being able to interact on the internet through messages and stuff like that, not necessarily through video, and that makes it enjoyable being able to, have these conversations that we have with you and stuff. Another note on, do I enjoy social chit-chat? I enjoy conversations that's not chit-chat. I like to-the-point conversation. Chit-chat that is just like basic surface level stuff, yeah, not very fun. Alright, here we go. When I talk, it isn't always easy for others to get a word in edgewise. I disagree, because I can be talked over very easily. I am fascinated by numbers. Braley is. I'm fascinated by stats. So I'm going to slightly agree. Stats are numbers, right? So yeah, that could even be a definitely agree now that I think about it. This video is getting way too long. I need to rush through some questions. I know I'm explaining like literally everything I'm talking about. I need to rush this a little faster. When I'm reading a story, I find it difficult to work out the characters' intentions. I'm going to disagree with that. I don't particularly enjoy reading fiction. Fiction is fake, nonfiction is real, right? Yeah, definitely agree. I find it hard to make new friends. Yep, I notice patterns in things all the time. I'm just going to slightly disagree with that one. I would rather go to the theater than the museum. I would almost rather go to a museum. It does not upset me if my daily routine is disturbed. Definitely disagree with that one. I'm not routine based. However, ever since I haven't been in a job, I've definitely feel the effects of not having a routine, like a work routine. I feel like I'm in a cloud. I frequently find that I don't know how to keep a conversation going. Camera, yes. If it's a person, no. I find it easy to read between the lines when someone is talking to me. I usually concentrate more on the whole picture rather than the small details. I am not very good at remembering phone numbers. I don't usually notice small changes in a situation or a person appearance. I know how to tell if someone listening to me is getting bored. I find it easy to do more than one thing at once. Yes, I like to do things, multitask. When I talk on the phone, I'm not sure when it's my turn to speak. I enjoy doing things spontaneously. I do like spontaneous stuff. I'm often lost to understand the point of a joke. Slightly agree. I've been known to be that one. I find it easy to work out what someone is thinking or feeling just by looking at their face. If there's an interruption, I can switch back to what I was doing very quickly. No. I am good in a social chat. No. People often tell me that I keep going on and on about the same thing. Stacy does say that. Yikes. When I was young, I used to enjoy playing games involved pretending with other children. I like to collect information about categories of things. Yes. I find it difficult to imagine what it would be like to be someone else. I don't like this question. I don't like it. I'm going to disagree, and I don't like it. Because that's an empathy question. People that are autistic, people with autism have empathy? They can have empathy. That question should be taken out of the test. I like to plan any activities I participate in carefully. Nah, I'm not a planner. I enjoy social occasions. I find it difficult to work out people's intentions. That's an interesting one. New situations make me anxious. I enjoy meeting new people. No. I am a good diplomat. I am not very good at remembering people's date of birth. You know how long it took me to remember Stacy's date of birth? I find it very easy to play games with children that involve pretending. We're going to first look what the score means before I push what the score is. Alright? It says any scores of 26 or greater indicate the presence of autistic traits. The higher the score, the more autistic traits you have. Almost 80% of autistic people score more than 32. So if it's over 32, it's more likely. Again, this disclaimer, this does not mean anything other than maybe I'm supposed to go talk to a doctor. Here we go. The score in 3, 2, 1. Right in the middle, 29. Right in the middle of 26 and 32. So yeah, there it is. Maybe I am. I don't know. Chances are probably not going to get that test done because of how expensive it is. I'm not going to talk about it with my doctor because it can lead to a lot of expenses that I can't afford right now, especially without having insurance and with being without a job. So this is just like for my information and for answering your questions out there, because that question has been thrown out a lot over this last 6 years. Camouflaging, also known as masking. Interesting test here. Interesting test. Masking, there it is. Hiding autistic characters, which I know I've learned to mask things in my life. All right. I'm going to run through, I'm not going to explain all the questions. I'm just going to run through it real quick and see the score, just out of time reasons, because this video is already way too long. Okay. There you go. Total score of 100 or above indicates you camouflage autistic traits. 118. So maybe, I don't know. Again, not a diagnosing tool, but the evidence is there. Maybe someday I can go and get answers. Maybe someday I'll talk more about what goes on in here. Not today. Some of you asked about my other live streams that I've done, specifically on Twitch. I used to do live streaming on Twitch, but if you want to hang out and watch me open up cards, let me know. Leave me a comment, let me know, and I'll show you where to go. It's free. It won't cost you anything to watch, so it's going to be a fun time. Just let me know. Let me know if you want to watch. This will be my first live sports card break, and I'm really excited to do it. A little different video from usual. It happens sometimes. Let me know if you've done any of these tests before. And if you have, what did your score say? Was it accurate to your diagnosis? If you are diagnosed with autism, let me know. I would love to know the information. Thank you. Have a fantastic day.